Julie here, and thank you for joining me as I flip through the February pages of my classic vertical happy planner. I can't believe it's March already, and soon it'll be the first day of spring, and it'll be time to change the cover of my Archetypes 18-month planner. At the moment, I've still got the winter cover on that I made out of scrapbook paper, but very soon I'll be making a new one for spring. I do have 3 other planners. A work planner which just consists of daily sheets. I also have a Squad Girl Skinny Mini planner which I use to keep track of appointments and prescriptions for my mum and dad, as they have a lot of things to keep track of. I'm not showing those today as nothing has really changed, so if you're interested in seeing what those look like, you could check those out in my January flip through. I also have a big memory planner, but I haven't got around to doing any memory spreads this month. Hopefully that's something I'll get to in the future. So on to the flip through. This month I decided that I would use my planner in a different way. Previously I had been using it to list to-dos and appointments, but as I started doing that on the daily sheets, I found I was just repeating myself. So I thought for the month of February I would try using my planner as a creative journal. This was my currently page for February. I really love this page. You can't really go wrong with the florals from Live Love Posh. I really like this script washi. It's one of my favourites. I think it was originally from the washi tape shop, although I picked it up on eBay. And I really like the way that the flowers overlapped the washi so you could still see the script writing through. That was a sort of a happy accident, because I think actually I was planning to cut the washi off, but I ended up overlapping the flowers and I just really like that effect. One of my favourite things about the February page is that I have a little in the news section, and that's always useful to look back at, and it's hard to believe that the invasion of Ukraine started on the 24th of February. So that's something that's in my planner to look back on. I always make a matching to-do page to go with my currently page, and I really love how this one turned out. Most of my to-dos got ticks. The one area that I didn't do very well in February was meeting up with friends, but I've managed to make up for that since then. So I didn't actually complete my monthly page for February. In the past, I'd used this as an Instagram post tracker, but I made a decision this year, with my word of the year being balance, that I was going to cut down a little bit on my posting on Instagram and just post 2 or 3 times a week at most. And I didn't really feel the need to schedule it, because it was mainly going to be my weekly spreads after the pens, and then the odd planner haul or special page like the currently page or the to-do page. I know there are a lot of ideas out there for ways to use the monthly page, and so I'm going to have a good think about how I might want to use it rather than leave it blank, because it always makes me a little bit sad to see blank pages in my planner. This was my first ever attempt at a creative journal. I actually filmed myself writing in it and found that quite tricky, but there's a video on that if you'd like to check that out. It was National Storytelling Week in the UK and also the Year of the Tiger, so I combined the 2 ideas with a fairy story, and Aladdin sprung to mind because of Raja, and so I kept the spread to just Jasmine and her tiger. I combined it with these beautiful florals from Live Love Posh. You can see how I used a combination of colours and fonts when I did the journaling, and for my first attempt I thought it turned out really well. This spread was for the Love of Planning theme. That's part of the International Planner Collab group that I'm in on Instagram, and I was really excited to make this spread. I always love it when I can bring my own ideas rather than just rely on Happy Planner stickers. So I used the idea of the lollipop, which was in the Girl Power sticker book, which I didn't have at that time, and also I think it made an appearance in the Be Happy box that everybody was showing at that time. But I also wanted to incorporate the discs to make the disc lolly, and I thought that worked really well. I was also able to use some stickers from the Miss Maker, which I hadn't started yet, so I was pleased to do that. I created these hearts on the computer. I had this really cute washi tape, and I just loved everything about this spread. I do think, however, I preferred it before the pen to after the pen. I'm not quite sure, but maybe it's all the black writing and the fact that I didn't use colour to fill it in. I did try to vary the size of my writing, and I used different thicknesses of the Zig Micron pens and tried to do things maybe sometimes in capitals and in different fonts. But as I say, I preferred it before the pen to after the pen. I really loved this spread, both before and after the pen. This was my second attempt at a Bujo style spread, very similar to my first attempt. Let's see if I can find that to show you. So in this one, I used the boxes and I turned them into the sticker books. And for this one, I had the idea of the love letters and making little envelopes. And I just thought that was perfect. As I've said before, I really like the structure of the boxes, and it worked really well for journaling because I was able to just write a little account of each day in the box. Last year, everyone was using Minnie and Mickey for their spreads, but as I'm in the UK, I didn't have any of the stickers back then. So I was really pleased that this year I was able to finally use Mickey and Minnie because I do think they are perfect for Valentine's Day. I also incorporated these Live Love Posh florals. I'm still not 100% sure about whether the spread might have looked better without them, but I left them there. But this was probably my favourite spread both before and after the pen of this month. This one was a bit of a challenge for me because I used some stickers that I wasn't really very keen on. I just thought I would challenge myself because part of my goal is to use the stickers I have this year, and I bought one of the colour story books and it had this pattern in, and I like the colours, but I wasn't sure about the abstract designs. I also had this scrapbook paper with the houses on, and I'd seen a few people talking about the Planning Trees and Houses book, and I thought, well, I've got houses on scrapbook paper, so I just thought it would be a good idea to make a little scene with the Stronger Together girls, because that's another sticker book I really like and want to use a little bit more. So I really love this part of the spread, but I found the rest of it quite a challenge. But I actually did like how it turned out, and after the pen I think it looks lovely. I incorporated the main colours of the spread in the pen that I used, and I think it just works really well together. It's really pleasing to the eye. So this actually turned out a lot better than I was expecting when I sat down to plan it. And I also did manage to stick to just one sticker book, which I don't think I've ever done before. I made sure that I didn't dip into any other sticker books, just used the one colour story book. So if that's something you haven't done, that's a good challenge to try. I recommend it. One advantage of that is you don't have about 50 sticker books to put away when you've finished your planner session. So those are all my spreads for February. I didn't love them as much as my January spreads. I struggled a little bit for inspiration, whereas in January, inspiration seemed to flow a lot easier. But that's what happens sometimes with planning. Sometimes you have a really clear idea what you want to do on your pages, and other times you have to work hard to make it all come together. I did find the creative journaling a challenge. First of all, just keeping up with it. So I often didn't do it every day. In fact, sometimes I was nearly at the end of the week and I then had to go back and fill things in. And that was sometimes a little bit hard because I wanted to make sure things were accurate and I was writing things in the correct space or on the correct day. But it is really nice to have something like this to look back on. I decided I would keep up with the creative journaling through March and then review it and possibly go back to what I was doing before, but tweaked a little bit. Although I do have my appointments in my Skinny Mini, what I was finding was because those are written in when they're made, they're not always at the forefront of my mind. And when I was doing the weekly plan and filling in my appointments for the week, it really did make me focus on what was happening that week and made sure I didn't forget anything. So I may go back to doing something similar. I may have to think again about the to-do list, because if I've got the to-do lists on my daily sheets, I don't really need to have those. But I am thinking I might use it for social media or maybe for my card making. So I'm going to have a think about that this March and decide what I will be doing in April. I hope you enjoyed looking at my planner for the month of February. I have videos on all the spreads I made, so if there was a particular one that you were interested to see how it came together, then you can check those out on my playlists. Let me know in the comments which spread was your favourite and whether you've made any changes to your planner lineup this year or the way that you're using your planners. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot to me. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd really love it if you would, so you can be notified about the future videos I do. I hope March has got off to a good start for you. I'm certainly enjoying the sight of daffodils growing in my garden and the blue skies and sunnier weather. I've also been able to start getting out a lot more as all the restrictions are now at an end in this country. And so it's been really nice to get out to the shops again and to catch up with friends, as it's been quite a long time. As I said at the start, I'll be making a new cover for spring to put on my planner and changing up the discs. I'll probably be making a video to show you and hope you'll be able to join me. Happy planning, take care and see you soon.